Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to assemble this beautiful 7 cupcake bouquet. Let's get started. So let's go over the supplies you're going to need to assemble this bouquet. I'm going to be using some clear cellophane. Now for my tissue paper, I do prefer earthy natural colors. So I'm using a natural brown tissue paper and a natural olive green. And we're also going to be using plastic 7-ounce cups. Now, for the cupcake cases, I do use a standard size cupcake case for my bouquets, and it fits the cups perfectly. I'm also going to use this handy little tool that's going to help me seat my cupcakes into the cups. And also, just to bring everything together, we're going to use something called a pull bow. And it comes in these little strips just like that. And then it transforms into this beautiful little bow, and I'll show you how to do that later on. Now, what I've done is I've bundled all of the supplies that you need in my link tree. And if you're interested in getting the exact match, you can go ahead there and check it out. So let's assemble the skeleton for our bouquet. And what I'm going to do is take 2 cups, and I will be using a stapler just to staple them together. And what I've done here is I've actually put one of the lids of the cups underneath the other. So one is just sitting right under the lid of this cup. And now we're going to staple them in this position. Okay, and that's our first 2 cups. And this is why I like the plastic ones. You can kind of play around with them, move it down a bit if you didn't get the staple quite right the first time. Now we're going to do the exact same thing with our next 2 cups. Again, I'm placing the lid just under the first cup. And we're going to pop my stapler in and staple them together. And now we're going to arrange our 3 cups that are going to contain our center flower. So exactly the same, the lid is going right under the center cup. And then the next one, again, the lid is going right under the center cup. Perfect. So there we have it. Our center flower this way is going to sit up really high. So we have under, over, and under. So now we're just going to connect everything together, and we're going to take our 2 cups, and the lids of our 2 cups are going under the lids of our 3 cups. Again, we want to keep the center flower really high. And I'm just going around and stapling them all together. And the same with our last 2 cups. Again, I'm putting them underneath our 3 cups. Perfect. So we've stapled together a perfect circle, and now we can arrange our cupcakes. So what I've done here is I've cut out some of my cellophane, and it's about 17 inches in length and 17 inches in width. And now for my tissue paper, I'm using the natural brown. What I've done is just taken my sheet and cut it in half lengthwise. And this one sheet will create 2 sheets. And each sheet is about 10 inches in width and 13 inches in length. And again, all of this is linked in my link tree. So what we're going to do with our tissue paper is we're going to arrange it into a little bit of a star. So one right in the center and one going across this way. Another going across this way. And one straight ahead this way. And you want to make sure that the tissue paper is nicely centered. And now we can put in our cups and start putting in our cupcakes. So we are now ready to arrange our roses. So a couple of things. What I've done is with that olive green paper, I've cut it into 7 little squares, and each square is about 4.5 inches wide by 4.5 inches in length. And what we're going to do is actually wrap our cupcakes in this tissue paper and then place it into our bouquet. I'm also going to use this little tool. I find that it's a lot handier than a spatula to seed my cupcakes. And what I also like to do is I just put a stapler on one side here, and it's going to help balance out my cupcake tray without kind of falling over side to side while I'm placing in all of the cakes. And one more very important thing is you want to make sure that your cakes are nicely chilled. Otherwise, it's, things are going to get really wild because they're going to melt. Okay, so let's start placing our cakes. I'm going to take this lovely little red rose and we're going to wrap it in our paper, and we can place one right here. So as I put it in, I'm going to use my little tool here to help me seed my cake, and I can actually grab onto the cake. It's a lot easier than a spatula, and help me seed it inside my bouquet. Okay, and now we're just going to go all the way around and place our cakes. Now for our last cupcake, we're always going to put it in the center, and I'm just going to gently pop it in, and then I'm going to use my little tool here just to nicely seed it with the rest of the cakes. Perfect, so let's wrap our bouquet. Okay, so what I like to do to help me is I already pre-cut all of my tape pieces, and what we're going to do is anywhere that you see that there's 2 cups that are meeting is we're going to take our finger, run it down the middle, and make a little seam, and then take a piece of tape, and I'm going to turn it over so you guys can see better. And all I've done is I've taped that seam. And you can even use 2 pieces of tape to kind of really secure it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go all the way around in a circle and make my seams. So we have wrapped our beautiful bouquet, and now what I want to show you is if you do want to decorate it with a little bit of a bow, what I like to use are these pull bows. They're very easy to use, and they come as this one little long strip, but it's a little confusing, so I just wanted to show you guys. And all you do is you pull on these 2 strings, and it comes together like this beautiful bow. And then what you can do is place it at the front and wrap all the way around the back. So there we have it, our beautiful 7 cupcake bouquet. I think it looks so professional and absolutely stunning with the red roses. For more of my recipes and baking tutorials, you can head to katebaker.ca. I hope you guys enjoyed spending time with me today, and I'm going to see you guys soon with another tutorial.